No looking back.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our first live stream. We are excited, super excited to be here.
Very excited.
We just want to say, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you comment and leave a like. So we're gonna wait for some people to tune in. This is our first live.
I'm excited about this, guys. Get to talk to you, answer some questions, give you guys some insight.
Yes, for sure. Oh, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in, joining the live. So we're gonna wait probably about 2 to 3 more minutes to see who's gonna come in. But we want to speak our piece about what's going on in the world. It's a lot of unfortunate situations happening right now. What's going on in the world as far as Section 8 housing, SNAP, and food stamp benefits. It's extremely unfortunate what's happening.
Yeah. It's getting worse every day.
It really is. It really is getting worse every day. But we got to survive in this economy. This economy is what it is. We got to do what we got to do as a people. We got to stand up. We got to help each other. And we got to fight through this time that's going on right now. I don't think the time is going to last, but we have to weather the storm. But what I want to say is I don't understand what this government is doing right now as far as cutting these food stamps and SNAP benefits. It's a shame. I know too many people who are on these SNAP benefits and were surviving on this for generations and temporary times. So for them to just cut it and cut it and just get rid of it and pull that rug under people, it's extremely unfortunate. I don't understand how we got here as an economy. I don't understand how we got here as politicians. I don't understand what the Democrat and the Republicans are doing. It sounds like it's a big fight going on, and the people are suffering. And it's the people at the bottom. It's not even the people at the top 1%. They still thriving. We live in those neighborhoods, and we here in those neighborhoods, but they are not dealing with it. It's a normal day. So it's extremely unfortunate that these people are going through what they're going through and losing their SNAP benefits. Some of them are getting evicted, losing their housing. And the top 1% of people is just living their everyday lives. I don't understand it. I grew up on Section 8, so I know how it is as far as having a parent that's going through those different things and struggling and trying to make, ends meet and living in a single parent household with a single mom and being in those situations. I was that kid.
Exactly.
I was that kid. I remember those days eating mayonnaise sandwiches and peanut butter and jelly for dinner, syrup sandwiches. That was tough. That was tough.
And my heart really goes out to the children who have to eat school lunch or have to take their lunch to school and they depend on SNAP to get that lunch, to get those cold cuts. I don't know. Like, I'm honestly I'm hurt because of my heart. Like my husband said, we know so many people who benefit from these SNAP benefits. And what's next? It's going to be Section 8 housing. They're going to take that away, probably permanently at some point. They're going to take away these benefits, these SNAP benefits. I pray they come back within the next couple of weeks because the holidays are coming. What are these people supposed to eat?
Yeah, you got Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas coming up, New Year's coming up. That's extremely unfortunate, man. I don't understand because we, as kids, we was growing up, but we never really felt the economy we never really felt
the
like if it was good times or bad
any
times.
Of that stuff.
Yeah, we didn't know what was happening. But now being young adults and going through these times where they are cutting SNAP and they are evicting Section 8 tenants because Section 8 is not paying, this has to be extremely unfortunate. I can't even imagine as a child going through this with my parent. My dad wasn't already there, so my mom going through this. This has to be a lot for a parent to go to nowadays.
I mean, think about how many mothers now had to not do a big grocery shop and save what they had just to go into November so they have something on their car. And hopefully they didn't take that away. Because I don't know if they're even going to allow them to save them and roll them over to the next month. Because they're not.
Because they might cut them. Because once November 1st came, I think the stuff the snaps that they saved and the ones that they thought they was getting, I think that was all cut. So I don't even know if they was able to have that roll over to the next month.
This is crazy.
This
y'all.
is extremely unfortunate.
Really crazy, and it's just disheartening because mothers now you have to divvy up food. You have to I'm not going to eat. I'm going to allow my baby to eat.
It's like
you
got
have
to
to make
pick
a
who's
choice.
going to eat, in the house.
And what about moms with 6 kids or more?
And it's so crazy because where we come from a hood environment. So everybody that was living in those environments are on SNAP. I remember talking with my friends as kids, and we used to like joke on each other. Oh, you got food stamps, or your mom got food stamps, and this, that, and the third. But at the same time, we all had food stamps when you think about it in hindsight. And these people are
some shape, form, or fashion.
Everybody was either on food stamps, you had Medicaid, or you had Section 8 housing. We all lived in the same environment.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, we know how that is. And it's just extremely unfortunate that these people have to go through this. And I got at least 90 people that's in my contacts right now that was supported from these benefits. And now they have to go through life and go through these holidays without them. You know how much money I've been divvying out already, just making sure my family is straight? And we not millionaires. We not in the top 1%. But at the same time, we want to help out people as much as we could. And this is not about helping out foundations. This is not about all these different things. We want to help the people that we in contact with, the people that's in my contacts, that my family members and friends. To this day, we have family members and friends on SNAP and have Section 8 vouchers. This is extremely unfortunate.
Exactly.
Someone says some states completely turned off the EBT system. Yes, they have.
Does anyone know if they were able to roll them over? I heard a lot of people stressing that they were saving them because they knew that this was going to happen.
People thought they were saving they snaps from October, September, October, because they knew November was coming and that they was going to be able to roll over. I don't even think they rolled over.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they might have took everything.
This is extremely unfortunate, man. And this is impacting the world. I don't understand what's going on with these politicians. And I've been doing research and I've been looking on CNN and I've been trying to gather all the information I can gather.
The news is only going to give you so much.
Yeah, to me, the news is lying. The news are lying. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors with all these news platforms because they're trying to control the people. And it's so unfortunate because behind closed doors, they are pulling the strings. They are doing what they have to do for themselves. But the people on the ground level are fighting and bickering against each other. At this point, it feels like it's low-income housing versus taxpayers. It don't make no sense. And the taxpayers, that's a whole nother story. You guys piss me off with this because I'm a taxpaying citizen. We own businesses. We have our own company, and we do what we have to do to provide for our family. But these taxpayers are saying, oh, Section 8 is taking a majority of my taxes, and I'm paying for your food, and you need to get a job. That doesn't make any sense because what you have to remember as a taxpaying citizen that your taxes are being divided up amongst different things that have to be done in America.
Exactly.
You have to consider SSI. You have to consider Medicare. You have to consider Medicaid. You have to consider pensions. You have to consider food stamps. You have to consider housing. You have all these different things. And when it comes to housing and food stamps, disability, the majority of our funds are not going to housing and food stamps when it comes to low-income families. Who told y'all that? It doesn't make sense. The majority of that money is going to retirement funds, your Medicaid and insurance, Medicare insurance, and what's the pension? It's not a pension. What's they get?
It's Social Security.
Social Security. If you look at the numbers, the majority of that money is going to Social Security. But when I get online, all these taxpayers want to shoot down all these low-income families, say, oh, you guys need to get a job. Y'all need to get a job, and y'all taking advantage of all this stuff. Why should I have to, my tax dollars should go to your living? That's not completely 100% correct. Look at the numbers. Look at the statistics, guys.
Look
at it. They there for you. Go on ChatGPT, go on Google. All the information is there. And don't get us wrong. We are tax-paying citizens.
Yes,
we understand, but you guys have to get your numbers correct. You have to get your numbers correct. Somebody said, y'all remember them paper food stamps? Or am I just way too old? No, we remember those paper food stamps. And we know what it is. And it went to the car. We know the difference.
Because going to them stores with the paper food stamps was embarrassing. You want to go at night. You trying to hide.
It's so crazy because we used to hide from each other as kids, but all of our parents was on it. It's like, okay, I'm going to laugh at you, JJ, because your parents got food stamps. You got food stamps. But in reality, my parents had them too. So we understand both sides from a low-income housing, family members, but also now that we older and we in our 30s, we are business owners. So we get both sides. We understand it. Somebody said taxpayers have no idea where the money truly goes.
They
If
don't.
they knew how much
They don't.
pumped into the tourism loan, they would really be pissed. Yes, exactly.
Think about the
Thank you so much for calling that out, sir.
and byways.
Oh,
Our tax money is going everywhere.
It really is.
Every which way.
It really is. And like people are, for some reason, the government kind of play this mind trick on us.
Highlights.
And it just shows that we are the 99% of the world. We are not in that top tier 1%. But they want the middle class family and the upper middle class family to argue with the low income housing people.
Why?
They want us to divide and conquer, and they want us to bicker with each other. I don't understand why they want us to do that, because in reality, if you, like the guy said, or the person said on here, what's this, Sink of a Spirit said 2260. If you look at the numbers, it's a big difference in the divide. Do your Google searches. The information is there. We are in an information age. Just do your Google searches. You taxpayers had it completely confused. I understand that you guys are following the news, and the news are highlighting certain things, and they telling us that, oh, people need to get jobs and Section 8, and all these people that come from these foreign countries are coming in, and they getting on these Section 8 lines, and they have all these different stuff. But you got to remember, the news are trying to create a narrative. They're trying to paint a picture to point us in a direction. But in reality, if you check the statistics, these people are not telling 100% truth.
No.
They're giving us 50-50. But you have to dig deep. You got to dig deep.
From somewhere.
You got to dig deep from somewhere. They said they definitely need to get an audit. The government definitely needs to get an audit.
Please.
And the people need to know. Tell us.
Comb through the records.
Tell us. Won't y'all send out census and tell us where our tax money is going? Tell us. Let us know. Do the audit and show us where everything is being divvied up to. When we work jobs or when we file our taxes, they tell us where our taxes is going. They let us know, hey, this amount is going to Social Security, this amount is going to Medicare, this amount is going to my insurance, etc., quote unquote. And we don't even know if that's correct. Show us the statistics, pull the numbers, give the people the numbers. Y'all want us down here fighting at the bottom, and the 1% is just living their life like nothing ever happened. But y'all want the people in the 99 percentile to be arguing and bickering. Where's this money going?
Like, not to take away, like, we started this whole YouTube journey to tell our story, how we're being affected by this government shutdown, but it's starting to feel bigger than us. It's starting to feel like a calling. Like, it's starting to feel like we need to shed light on this, because we're divided by something we don't even know.
And it's unfortunate. It's extremely
We don't know. And I feel for these kids and these families and these mothers having to make these decisions, fathers having to make the decision of who's going to eat, who's not going to eat, how much can we eat.
It's extremely sad.
You made these people dependent on it. I mean, they've been on it forever at this point.
It's a psychological warfare. It is a psychological warfare. When you think about it, first of all, Section 8 and low-income housing really stemmed from, I think it was the early 1960s, when the people from war was coming back to the United States. So they gave them housing, and they actually gave them funding for food. So we got to get to the root of that first. Exactly. Secondly, a lot of people that's on it now, it's really a handicap, because if you think about it, they don't force these. So you got to think, let's take it back to redlining first. So they redline certain cultures and certain low-income families into particular neighborhoods. So first they redlined them into particular neighborhoods, and they did not allow people to get housing, to live in the middle class, to live life in abundance, to be able to think a different way. So now they either force you to be on Section 8 or they force you to get like a low-income job. Now you in these areas where a lot of this crime-infested areas are happening and all this stuff is going on. And then also when the crime is happening, 9 times out of 10, these was our dads. These dads was providing and trying to help our moms to be able to live a better life. But now y'all lock the dads up. So now y'all take the dads out of the home. Now the mom has to fend for herself. The woman has to fend for herself. And now that the woman
what does she have to do?
Now that the woman is fending for herself, she probably can't have time to get a job or 1 or 2 jobs or quality jobs because she don't have the education. She didn't have time because she had babies. So she had to fend for her babies more than going to get that higher education to be able to get herself a job. Exactly. So now all this stuff is a setup. Think about it. So now the dad is locked up. The mom is fending for herself. She has either 2 to 3 kids. Now Section 8 comes. Hey, we know you don't have time to be able to get a job. We'll offer you this benefit package to be able. We'll help you. They're gonna dangle the carrot. We'll help you and basically give you food stamps, give you insurance, and give you housing. So now the mom is like, hey, the dad is not around. He's locked up. Because you got to remember, a lot of this stuff started with certain communities back in the 80s when they put drugs in our areas, and that's when all the crime and stuff started, the crack era, and then the guns and stuff. Remember, the people that's in these environments, we didn't invent guns. We didn't invent drugs.
No.
This stuff came to our environments. So now that the dad is out of the house and the mom have all these benefits from the government, when the dad get out of jail, he tries to come home and the government says, nope.
No, you can't come here.
Wait right there. You are not allowed to go into that house. First of all, you're on parole. Secondly, if you allow that man in that house and he makes a certain amount of income, all those benefits goes away. But now she's been dependent on this program for the past 5 years while dad was gone. And now you snatched all that stuff up under her. And now she has nothing to depend on.
Yep.
What happens from there? What happens from there? Now this person has to depend on this system. We don't want to talk about the psychological warfare that comes down to these different things. When you have kids involved and you have moms involved and you have dads out of the household. This was all a setup. And now that you got people at the bottom bickering, and these people that come from these specific cultures don't even have an opportunity to think about life in abundance. Mm-hmm. And you talking about we need to come together and we need to figure these things out. How can we come together when we don't even know where our next meal is coming from?
Exactly.
How are we supposed to think about all these different things?
How do we want our kids to thrive and do well in school if they're hungry? It's no way.
Somebody said, isn't this what Elon Musk was trying to do? This is exactly what he was trying to do the whole time. It's unfortunate. This don't make no sense at all. It says what we need in the increase in homelessness and food insecurity. I can't stop at the red light intersection without people walking up to my car asking for money. It's only going to get worse.
It's getting worse now.
Sad.
It's worse now. And now homeless people are including their kids into it. So now you have little kids running to the cars. You have the mom, the dad, a new baby. You have
whole families. Before when we was growing up, it was like one individual on a curb. Maybe. We have whole families on a curb asking for money. I feel so sad. I don't know if it's a setup or they really hungry.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what to do at this point. Like I'm trying to figure out how can we help?
They said if they told us the truth, the world will be no need to have this conversation. The 1% wants this to happen. It was a big push to divide certain communities and divide and conquer. Best way to take the people down. Exactly. And it's so funny because they have the middle class people and the low income people arguing, but we forgetting the main thing. Take a deep dive of what's going on, but it's just so confusing and it's not in our mindset because you're frustrated and you're so emotional. And at the same time, they didn't teach none of this stuff in school. So they confused us. All they told us in school was this: go to school, go to college, get a job, and get a debt. Live the American dream. That was some bullshit too. That was some bullshit too. That is not an American dream. No. All y'all want to do is to go to school, get an education, work for the 1% of the world, like the Rothschilds, etc., the Walmarts of the world, work for these companies, and go ahead and pay our loans off because now we got housing loans and we have car loans. And y'all taught us how to be workers for y'all company.
That's it.
What a genius plan. What a genius plan.
I can't lie, it is genius.
It is genius. It's some bullshit, but it's genius as hell. Are we going to have this conversation, or are we ever going to stop bickering and saying these people don't need to be on food stamps and these people don't need this low income housing? Our taxpayers are going to stop complaining and realize that a large amount of money is not even going to these type of programs, and the majority of money is going to Medicaid, SSI, and Social Security? Are y'all ever going to look at the numbers? And think about it. It's a psychological warfare out here. And the news don't make it no better.
No.
Because they ain't doing nothing but keep us in that same loop. And they playing on our emotions and it ramps us up. It just keeps us in that same loop when it's real people out here suffering. It's real people out here suffering. And some of these people are my family members. And it's so crazy because we were smart enough to be able to navigate this world and navigate all this stuff to put ourselves in a different position. We didn't learn none of this stuff from school. We decided to go on YouTube University and have enough strength and enough manpower and mind and mental strength to be able to, first, one, we had to do self-care because we had to build ourselves. We had to do a lot of unrelearning because a lot of stuff that we learned in those poverty-stricken neighborhoods, it taught us how to survive, but it didn't teach us how to live life in abundance. So we had to do a lot of reprogramming ourselves to build ourselves up to get the things that we have. Are we where we want to be? No, I'm not saying that. But it takes a lot of mental things. And it's so funny because when I have phone calls with my guys back home now, and I ask them, I'm like, yo, bro, you think you can even survive in the suburbs? A lot of these guys probably can't even survive in the suburbs because they so used to all the chaos and stuff going on.
You need to hear sirens. You need to hear noise and
you
chaos.
come here, you like, ain't no noise here. Like, bro, it's not supposed to be noise here. But what you got to realize, it's a mental conditioning. I always use this example. It's like almost like being in a car crash, right? If you get in a car crash, right? If you survive that car crash, one, your car's not going to drive correctly. You're going to get in that car. You're going to drive. It don't matter what car it is. You're like, this is my car. It looks good, but it don't drive the same. It don't feel the same.
Yeah.
That's one. For two, you have PTSD now. Yeah. We're not going to consider the PTSD that we went through that we inherited. This is in our bloodline. This is in our DNA. We have to consider all those different things. So we're a married couple. We didn't come from a married family. That's a struggle within itself. None of this stuff. So when all these low-income families and these low-income housing communities, we know how it is. So we just want to be able to tell our story, to be able to give them some type of inspiration to lift themselves up, to be able to move on from that. Because that's like a PTSD mentality. Y'all stuck in that mentality and y'all don't even know it.
No.
Y'all don't even know it. And then these news and these big-time platforms are just spinning us. That's why we need more people, like real people, to be vulnerable and to tell your story.
That's why I am thankful for YouTube and
different
TikToks
outlets.
and Instagram, because it is allowing us to see more of the world in real time.
And we can control our story.
Yeah.
We can tell our own stories.
We're not waiting for the news to gather, cut, and copy and paste it together. We can get it raw and unfiltered, just like the storm they had in Jamaica. They were like, oh my gosh, just wiping everything out. And people in Jamaica was outside dancing and still going on. Yeah. So I love that it's giving us real time and real access to people like this right now.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, it's a lot going on in this world right now. I need y'all to pay attention. Don't just watch the news. Speak to the people. Won't y'all go into the communities and try to help these people? Did y'all ever think about that? Did you ever think about going to the hood or going to these low-income environments and going to help these people? Won't y'all ask them, hey, bro, how can we do to help y'all, bro?
Maybe mentor some of these people.
How about mentor some of these people? Y'all want to talk all this smack behind these computers, behind these desks, and y'all live in these beautiful acres and 5 acres here, 10 acres here, 6 acres here, and all these different communities. How about y'all go there and ask these people, do they need help? If anybody ever consider that, hey, won't you go to the grocery store and go there and be like, you know what? I take care of the bill. We have to help each other. We all human. Everybody want to be divided in all these different races and all this, that, and the third. You ever heard of the motherland? We all had to come from somewhere, right? We have to consider that.
It's just so sad. And there's so many people saying that they're walking out with groceries. I don't know what's going to come. Lately, I've been scared to go to the grocery store. I'm like, do I even go in the grocery store? Because people are like, I'm taking these groceries. If my food stamps are not here on November 1st, I'm still taking what's mine. So to hear people say that, it puts that fear in you, almost like, oh my God, like you're just going to walk out? And I would love to help somebody. So my husband and I have been trying to figure out how we can do our part. We're not just practicing, just talking. We're practicing what we're preaching over here. So we're really like about that life.
Somebody said, I'm scared too. I understand that people are scared to go in these environments. I understand, but you got to realize these people are human beings. You just got to approach them in a nice way. These people want help. They want your help. You think they want to be on those corners selling drugs? You think they want to be on those corners fighting and robbing people? You rather them rob you or you rather help them? Okay, let's go down to the numbers. It could be a tax write-off.
Yes.
It could be a tax write-off. It's not that difficult. You just got to know how to approach people in a certain way. We have to help each other. We are all one race, people. I know America's a big corporation, but we are all one people. Don't forget that. We are all one people. Please don't be scared. Please don't be scared. And I understand that, like, I wrote that wrong. Please don't be scared. And I understand that you could be scared going in those environments and trying to help people because there's a big disconnect. There is a big they divide us through our zip codes, people, which I got to realize they divide us through our zip codes. So when they do these new development, these new communities, and they create this low-income housing areas, they divide most of them people. Mm-hmm. If you ever thought about them low-income areas, if they, whatever city they in, they always in the south side. Just take them, just redline them and take them to the south side.
On Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Everything's
on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Oh my God.
All that stuff is strategically put in place. And then the middle class people, where we live now, oh my God. Oh my God. It's only 3 black families in our neighborhood, and we're one of them. We're one of them. We are one of them. It's only 3 black families in our neighborhoods, and we are one of them. That says a lot. That says a lot. Somebody said, I can recall on your post about evicting your tenant, asking them for a cash app. Listen. Let's talk about our eviction a little bit since people are curious about it. So you have to realize, right, when it comes to Section 8, Section 8 is a housing program that helps individuals who have low-income housing. So when it comes to our personal situation, we are letting the courts play that out. That is a separate thing. The reason why we are in this situation, because we as a family come from Section 8 housing. We come from the low-income areas. But we decided to, once we gathered the information up and we decided to create a business, we run a real estate business where we own rental property. And let me tell y'all one of the keys. Our tenants don't know we're the owners. No. Everything is in our business name. Our tenants don't know we're the owners. So we tried to help from our side to be able to buy these properties and rent them out to low-income families, single mothers. So we are trying to help. I don't understand where y'all getting that confused at, but we are trying to help these low-income families.
So what I think this person was trying to say is they asked for the cash app, so they're trying to contribute to that part, which we appreciate that, but I don't, at this point, it's wrapped up in the courts. So we really can't take the cash app. It's nothing that she can do, nothing. We just want custody of the property back. That's all we want. We just want to get our property back. We don't even want the money at this point. So that part is really out of our hands right now. But that was a nice gesture. You were trying to do something nice, and it didn't go on.
Yeah, but that is a separate entity within itself.
But we're still
in that unfortunate situation.
We're still trying to help.
That's based on our personal tenants. But at the same time, our goal, don't forget the goal. The goal is to help low-income housing families. Sometimes you might get a bad seed. You might get a bad apple. That's normal. But that we're not gonna write off Section 8 housing altogether now. You might run into a bad seed. That happens. People that feels entitled. Mm-hmm. Everybody, even in the suburbs, all these people ain't good people. Be honest with you, these people in the suburbs are fucking assholes. They would drive past you. They don't stop at stop signs. They don't say hi to you. They walk right by you. When I was living in the hood, people held the door for the grandma. Grandma had groceries, getting out the taxi cab. They went to go help her groceries. These people in the suburbs are assholes. It's for real. They are assholes.
It's just what it is.
It's just what it is. Let's see. Somebody said, how come the ghetto always on Martin Luther King Boulevard? Exactly.
I don't know. And you know what? We did some traveling a couple of years back, and we noticed that it is always on Martin Luther King Boulevard. Some sort of Martin Luther King connection is always as a hood, it's a ghetto, it's a rundown YMCA, it's something. And I don't know why they just put it on Martin Luther King Boulevard. That has always stayed with me. It stuck with me when I noticed that. Let's see, what else? What's the next situations? You all right?
So, yes, Martin Luther King. I don't understand that. I really don't understand. I want to talk about this right here though to Saliga Nuts. They said times like this is when we have to reevaluate and make necessary adjustments. You are absolutely correct. We have to make necessary adjustments.
Now, we're not by no means saying that the people who have SNAP and they still have a good job and they're driving an Audi i8 or what is it, A7. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the people who really need it. The people who have disabled children and they cannot get up and go to work. Yes. We're talking about the people who can't get up themselves out of bed and they can't go to work. The people who need it, not the people who are, oh, I got my SNAP is going now. My car payment is $1,000.
People who sell their snaps and all that. No, we're not talking about those folks
people at all.
So yes, but I do want to touch on that. So as a person that is on the middle class side now, or even this is advice for low income families, we have to really look at our bills, and we really have to look at how we spend our money on food, or how these people are spending their money on snaps, and we have to strategically do different things to put ourselves in better situations. because at the end of the day, it's about financial literacy. And it's unfortunate that they don't teach financial literacy in school. They don't teach financial literacy in school. So we have to really self-educate ourselves. Go to the library. Go on ChatGPT. Go on Google. Stop going out to the club and start partying and all that stuff. Even throw a meeting. Tell your families, hey, come over for dinner. Yes. Come over. We're having a party. When they get there, throw a meeting about financial literacy. Shock everybody. Everybody get out their pens and notebooks. We're talking about financial literacy. Shock them. Just shock them. Hey, family, come over. I'm cooking dinner. Everybody, we having a cookout. Everybody come over. Everybody having family dinner. Everything's on me. When they get there, have everybody have a paper and a notepad. And we're talking about all our finances. And it's so funny because certain cultures in America, we hide and never want to talk about our finances. Tell the numbers.
We hide the numbers.
Stop hiding the numbers. Tell the numbers. The only way you're going to get better at something is when you speak about it. Tell the numbers. Stop doing that. You got to be able to speak about it. We need to readjust and we need to lower our expenses. We need to keep our overhead very low. We have to start treating families like businesses. Me and my wife, we run this like a business. This is a corporation. America's a corporation, so we're going to run this like a corporation. What's the numbers? I love her. Yes, this is my wife. This is my baby. But we running this like a corporation. We keeping that overhead low. Keep that overhead low. And this is just somebody who's speaking from both sides. I don't care if you're on SNAP. I don't care if you're a middle-class family. I don't care if you make 6 figures. Keep that overhead low because the people that's on SNAP, you never know when you're going to get triggered by the government. You never know when they're going to pull that plug.
The control.
They
just showed their hand.
People that's making 6 figures, we don't know when them job cuts going to come in. We don't know when UPS going to fire 10,000 people. We don't know when Amazon's going to fire 40,000 people. Keep that overhead low. That's one of the biggest things we can do. Good point. Good point. I appreciate that comment. It says, I appreciate you guys for sharing financial wealth with us. Since you guys are Section 8 landlords, do you know if people are losing their vouchers due to the shutdown? Good point. I'm going to get to that. Sure. Yes. So when it comes to Section 8, as far as we know, so people that are on Section 8, some of them are losing their vouchers. Well, they're not losing they get evicted. So if you get evicted, you will lose your voucher. That's for one. So if you feel like you're entitled where you don't have to pay your portion because Section 8 hasn't paid their portion, and don't forget, this is a worldwide thing, but Section 8 is local to each state and each county. Some Section 8 people in certain areas are not paying right now. They're on a government shutdown. Like we have a tenant, they feel entitled. Where we at? There's a government shutdown worldwide. And our Section 8 that's controlling our area with our government, they decided not to pay right now. So now our tenants feel entitled. Oh, if you feel entitled, we have something for you. If you don't want to pay your portion until the government open back up, you feel like when Section 8 pay, you feel like you can do that? No, that you cannot do that. We had that discussion. You still need to pay your portion as your voucher holder, right? But let's get to your question. Some people are not, if you're on a list and you're trying to get a voucher, or if you was in a process of getting a voucher, they might have stopped that right there. They stopped that. It's a government shutdown. A lot of these housing authorities are not allowed to move forward. They stopped that right there. So if you're a voucher holder and you was in the process and you had to probably hand in 2 more pieces of paperwork to be able to get your voucher to find a place, they might have stopped you in your tracks. That's unfortunate. Where do these families go now?
To shelters.
Shelters are full. Family members. Most of these shelters are full. Where do they go now? We don't know. So it all depends on your state, your county, and what's going on there. Everybody's situation is different. Not one shoe fits all. So you have to be careful on that. As far as losing your voucher, yes, I believe it's a worldwide thing. If you have an eviction on your background while you was holding a voucher, and if you get evicted, you could potentially lose your voucher for good. You can lose your voucher for good. So that's a sticky situation. That's what we kind of don't want to happen to our tenants. So we ride in the thin line because it's so weird coming from both sides. We want her to leave because she's not playing her part and she showed her true colors. Yes. But we don't really want her to lose her voucher.
It doesn't make it right that she gets to say when she wants to pay. If the rules are still the rules, we have rules all through this world. I can't just walk in the store and walk out with food now, can I? Without getting arrested. I can't just walk and go get a car off the lot and don't pay. Rules are rules. So whether the government's doing it or not, we still have to honor the rules and a contract that we have in place with her. So she has to honor the rules and the contract that she signed. So what's the next question we want to answer?
So this person right here says, I bought my house at a tax lien auction, no mortgage, just a little TLC, and community is important. Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
For the people that are in situations, investors or homeowners, if you don't have a mortgage in these day and time, that is a blessing. Be blessed.
Yes.
That is one of the biggest expense that you can get off, that you can get rid of. Between your two highest expenses is your housing, well, three, your housing, your car note in America, because these cars is expensive as hell, and your grocery bill. We all know what groceries look like. We all know what that grocery bill look like. It might be more expensive than going out to eat. I don't know. I have to check the numbers on that. So if you can eliminate those three big expenses and you get that overhead low, that will help. That will help. For the people that's here, please like, share, and comment. Please, we need the feedback. If you like the video and you share it, that'll push it further out so other people could tune into it. We appreciate all the support we've been getting. We really appreciate it. But we just coming to you to let you guys know that we are real people in a real situation. We understand both sides of the spectrum.
Do we want to put people out? No, that's not our goal. We came on here initially. If you look at our previous videos from the first video, we do not want to put anyone out.
No, we don't.
We never wanted to.
But what we realized, though, we have to choose our business over emotion.
Yes.
Business is business. The gurus ain't teach us that. They just told us get properties, go rent it out. The books ain't gonna teach you that.
They didn't say anything about
We are first generational everything. We first generational married. We first generational business owners. We first generation of families getting off SNAP. We the first generation of leaving the hood and getting out of that low income housing. We first generational everything. So we learning everything on the go. Exactly. We learning as we go. We don't have no mentors. We can't learn from no people in our family because they never broke these generational curses like we have. We breaking generational curses.
What do y'all want us to do? I'm sorry.
And we young. We the babies out of everybody. But we decided to take a different path. That's not going to affect us, but that's going to affect our lineage now. We changing our DNA. When you look at it, that changes me and her. That changes our kids. That changes our grandkids. That changes their kids. This is a generational effect. Mm-hmm. So if it can affect us in a good way, what you think it's doing to the low-income housing families? Are we dumb? Are we paying attention? Are y'all understanding?
Like, imagine if these families that live in the suburbs took a family in, gave that mom a job, helped her, gave her a chance. Then she wouldn't be on SNAP. But there's none of that. There's no each one teach.
And then anymore. People always say, well, these people in these low-income housing communities, they need to have better jobs. They need to get bigger degrees.
How are they going to do that?
They don't have the time, one. For two, if they had the time, when they go in the corporate world, I mean, can we going on? What's going on? When they go in that corporate world, are they getting those jobs? Do they have those connections? Are their uncles the CEO? Is their cousin the director? How they getting those jobs? I got 2 degrees.
It's not what you know.
I got 2 degrees. It's not what you know. It's who you know. I got 2 degrees and I had to start a business. We started a business. That's how we was able to escape poverty and go into the middle class. We started a business. And it's so crazy because now that we're here, it's still a little tricky. It's still a little tricky. These neighbors is weird out here. It ain't sweet. One person earlier, they scared to go in the hood and help people out and get amongst the people instead of watching the news. Yeah, it's weird out here too. Don't get that confused. It says property owners have bills associated with rental properties. Please tend to think about all property owners aren't wealthy. Yes, let's touch on that because we are in that situation. Yeah. So we got a situation going on right now with our tenant. Well, she has a Section 8 voucher, but she did not pay.
No.
But keep in mind, we have mortgages. Our properties are not free and clear. If she don't pay, those mortgages don't get paid. So we have to keep in mind.
What happens?
One hand washes the other. This is a togetherness. This is a business. So if she don't pay and that's just one tenant. We got multiple properties now. If everybody decides not to pay today, our hair will be on fire. We will lose it all.
I don't even want to think about
We have to throw in a towel when it comes to these properties.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to blame the tenants, because people was in the comments on our past videos, they was calling me government cheese. I was chasing the government cheese. I never even looked at it from a government cheese and chasing money kind of way. People who build businesses, 9 times out of 10, it's a passion. I was just trying to give back to low-income families because that's where I come from.
It's a connection.
It's a connection there. But keep in mind, for my business owners, one thing we did learn is that we have to have an emergency fund.
All the time.
Emergency fund is extremely, extremely, extremely important. It is mandatory.
Yeah.
It's almost like brushing your teeth every day. It is mandatory. Do not rely on Section. They say Section 8 is guaranteed money. That's another thing. Section 8 is guaranteed money. You don't have to worry about it. You can have a mortgage with a 19% interest rate. Don't worry about it. Long as Section 8 cover it, you'll be fine. Somebody lied. Somebody lied. They lied. Section 8 is not guaranteed money. We in a shutdown now. Somebody lied. Let me grab my cheese.
He didn't threw the cheese, y'all. He's telling you. I mean, it's really unfortunate, and it just makes you upset because it's like, I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't look to be the bad guy. I don't want to do all these things, but I don't have a choice either. Now, the government, they got a choice. We live in America where we make our own damn money. We should not have homeless people if we're really going to get to the nitty-gritty. We shouldn't. There should be enough money to be printed for everyone to have.
Somebody said, doesn't landlord's insurance have some kind of lost rent? Yes, good point, good point. But you got to remember, let's get to these scam-ass insurance companies. Don't come for me. Please don't come for me. But let's get to these insurance companies now. I don't know if they're ready for that. That's a good point. But when you have loss of rent, the only time that I understand, I'm not going to call out their name, insurance cover it, is if it's like some type of flooding that went on in the house and the tenant couldn't live there for that meantime, or if it was a fire in the house and the tenant had to go in the hotel, so the insurance will step in and they will cover that mortgage. But if you're dealing with a government shutdown and you're dealing with a tenant that doesn't want to pay, insurance don't give 2 shits about that.
No, they don't.
They don't want to pay. They want us to pay. They want us to pay every month, but they don't want to pay.
No.
They don't want to pay.
They're going to hold on.
Insurance don't want to pay. They don't want to pay.
That was another good question.
All right, somebody else said, also, don't forget about those repos are going up. So this is a bad sign for landlords because that means so many people won't be able to pay rent. That's another thing. Those car notes, I spoke about it earlier. In America, the 3 highest bills that we have is cars. Number 1. Housing. Number 2. Food. Number 3. We have to figure out a way to lower the big 3. You have to cut low.
They don't want you to figure it out.
They don't want us to figure out. They want us to stay in that rabbit hole, in that rat race. They don't want us to figure out. They always want to keep us using those credit cards so we can pay interest and pay that free money.
Swipe.
That's how banks survive.
Is it free money?
These banks are broke, but we paying them interest. That's how they survive. Let's not forget. That's how they survive. Okay. We got another one. Question. Since you guys have multiple properties, assuming you have enough equity, can you sell a property to get another property free and clear to increase the cash flow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Let them be the glory. Let them be the glory. So another thing, for my people that's low income housing that's trying to make the switch like how we made the switch. Remember, we come from poverty. We come from poverty. So when you have multiple properties on mortgages and you hold them for a period of time, equity rises. Keep in mind, we bought most of our properties prior to the pandemic. If we're getting real, prior to the pandemic, I know y'all like numbers. I'm gonna give you some examples. So for instance, if we bought a property for $200,000 back in 2017, now that property is worth $400,000. So we have $200,000 in equity. That is a real example, right? So in reality, we could sell that $200,000 profit property. We can sell that, take that cash. We have to pay taxes on it because remember, this is not a 1031 exchange. We cashing out. We take those funds and then we go ahead and dump that into another property. As a family, as business owners, we are considering that route. Should we consider that? What the question is, should we panic?
and consider that and sell and use those funds to pay off properties to play it safe? Or should we still kind of take it slow, buy one property a year, maybe 2 properties a year, and keep building this portfolio? And then we get to a certain age, we can mitigate risk and lower our risk and go ahead and pay off the properties that have the highest mortgages. So it all depends on what your family plan is and your family strategy.
Exactly.
However you want to take that route.
It's person by person. It's to each its own kind of thing. You can scale faster, taking it the way of going the mortgage way, but it's nothing like a free and clear house. Nothing, no control, no overhead. Oh man, I wish we didn't have to pay taxes.
Yes. But keep in mind, free and clear houses are good. They are good. But remember, we are in America, people. Yes. We are in America. And Uncle Sam will never retire.
He's always gonna get his off
Uncle
the top.
Sam will never retire.
He's gonna get his.
He's gonna take his off the top every time. Every time. Also, too, I want to go back to let's talk about the food stamps a little more. So when it comes to these food stamps, right? I got people in my phone right now that's been calling me and telling me that they food stamps is off. For some reason, our family members look at us as the breadwinners. We are not the breadwinners. We're not going to dumb ourselves down. We do have a solid way of living, but we keep our overhead extremely low. So that gives us enough money to be able to have room, right? Mm-hmm. But for example, if we got 10K coming in per month, 10K is not going out. 10K is not going out. We want at least 60% of that go out. You got to have some wiggle room
there, yeah.
So when it comes to food stamps in the food industry, what the government does not understand does not just affect the people. This affects the businesses. So now these grocery stores are not getting that much money.
The grocery store is a billion-dollar business.
It's $1 billion, $1 trillion industry. So you telling me grocery stores are going to close now?
Exactly.
Are they going to close down in certain areas? Are they going to start closing certain chains now because they don't have that SNAP money coming in? Insurance. Let's talk about insurance. These people that are in the low-income housing community, they don't have money. They don't have insurance to go to the doctor now. Are they going to start closing hospitals?
No.
Are they going to start closing hospitals? I don't know. These people that are relying on SSI and they relying on Social Security, and your grandmother whose income don't go up, and she's stuck at that number because Social Security don't want to go up. What happens then? Inflation is going crazy. What happens then?
I mean, inflation's been high for a long time.
So keep that in mind. This thing is it can really look really, really bad. And people think it's just this low income housing family is going to be affected. But this is going to be affected for corporations, small business owners, big business owners. Everybody's going to have a chance to feel it. Everybody's going to have a chance to feel this. It is. They are. They really are. Somebody said, what about the cash? It says, well, if you sell, you can still do the Bird method to utilize equity. Yes, when it comes to real estate, we can use the Bird method. Yes, but the Bird method is very tricky. That's what they don't talk about in the books. It's very tricky. The Bird method stands for buy, renovate, refinance, repeat. It is very tricky because if you're going ahead and you're getting these houses on the market, or if you're getting it from wholesalers and you don't really know how to judge a house, you don't know how much the renovation for the kitchen is going to be. You don't know the renovation, how much the bathrooms is going to be, the bedrooms, the roofs. You don't know any of those different things. So you got to have a budget with that stuff. Don't just go into these properties and renovating these properties now. There has to be a timeline. There has to be a budget. It says, even with the renovated properties, values only brought my yearly taxes up by a few $100s. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Somebody else said, yes, they are. Yes, they are. Everybody's going to feel it now. If you're just coming in, thanks for joining us. Make sure you like and share. Like and share. We are telling our true stories. We come from low-income housing community. We're not here to judge. We're not here to knock nobody down. We're just telling our stories from where we come from and where we at now. We want to give information about how we got to stick together. Stop thinking it's just low-income versus middle class. It's not that. It's bigger than that.
It's bigger than us.
It's a bigger picture here. Stop listening to these news outlets. It's bigger than that. Stop listening to these news outlets. They are not telling the full story.
No.
They are not telling the full story. Mm-hmm. Be conscious, people. Dig a little deeper. Don't let these people play with your emotional strengths. Maybe you need to make some content. Maybe you need to get on YouTube Live and tell. Let these people hear from real people, guys.
What's really going on?
What's really going on, guys? It says your family members must make low-budget meals temporarily. The two of you cannot supplement everyone's loss of SNAP. You will bankrupt yourself.
We know that.
Yes.
We know.
And that's the hard part.
It is.
That's the sad part.
It breaks my heart.
Tell them stories that you be hearing certain people, calling you.
I mean, just hearing that, hey, how am I going to get by? How am I going to get my kids lunch? You don't want to hear those things. Being in a group chat.
These are real people that we speak to every day.
Speak to on a daily, and I feel for them. I wish I could just have an unlimited card and just everybody groceries on me. Really, if I could, I would.
But we can help as we can.
We're
not letting people drain us.
No,
if it's extremely important, boundaries. Yes, we have boundaries. If it's extremely important, we're going to help out.
I mean, it's hard to make like costly meals, or what word did they use?
Like a budget
friendly meals with when you have multiple kids. Kids are growing kids. My kids eat about 5 or 6 times a day. I can't see me saying, "Oh no, guys, you can just have only this." They're not trying to hear any of that. So, I mean, my kids are pretty big. You see their dad is really, really tall, so he's pretty big. So I can't imagine telling my kids they can only eat 1 to 2 times a day because we have to have budget-friendly meals. So I do the best that I can. We do the best that we can for those that we love and we speak to on a daily. But this is really disheartening, and it makes me sad because now I think about those holidays are coming up. First of all, winter is already a month of people get seasonal depression.
Yeah.
So now we're adding on top of the seasonal depression where you can't even feed your family. You can't even feed your family now. Imagine. Man, listen.
Somebody else said, we want
what about?
So we can, hold on. It's another real estate question. What about cash out refinance options so you can have a cold hard cash just in case the lockout is extended? Yes. So interest rates just had been lowered. So if you had that high 7% interest rates, the baseline right now when it comes to interest rates for housing is 6.125. So you have wiggle room in there. We should be able to extract some of that equity that you have over the years. I think they say that housing across America is at about it's like $5 billion in equity that families have across the world when it comes to property, homeowners and investors. So we have equity we can tap into, and you can refinance out. You can do that cash out, extract that equity out, and still lower your monthly payment at the same time. So that is a good option. We are considering that as well. We only 2 people. We don't have a community of investors.
No.
That's why we come online to help other people to learn from us because we don't have a community of investors. We are telling our story.
We just giving
and we
out
learning
what we
as
got.
we go. Somebody else say, I'm glad you guys are talking about this, especially food stamps. The majority of the people want to act oblivious to the situation, and it's more there. It says it's more there than it appears to be. Yes, when it comes to food stamps, stop. You guys have to really, really stop blaming the people. This is a mind game. These people are in these situations because it's almost like this is their DNA. Is there a way to get out of it? Yes. We are living proof, but it takes a lot of building up and self-development. I'm talking about therapy.
Oh.
That's one. I'm talking about self-care, doing things that make you happy, focusing on those things.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're in that rat race, and how you expect somebody to learn to get up out of that situation when their stomach is touching? They worried about their next meal. They hungry. Snaps and food stamps just ended. They are hungry. How do they expect to think themselves out of their situation if they got jobs? These ain't 9 to 5s no more. These are not 9 to 5s no more.
No.
These are 9 to 9s now.
Exactly.
And they still paying those pennies on dollar. So if I'm working a 9 to 9, how do you expect me to think for myself? This is a mind game, people. This is bigger than what they telling us on the news. Like I said before, go into these communities, go help these people, talk to these people. You got to spend $50. You make 6 figures. Go spend an extra $50 at the grocery and pay for somebody's groceries in line. We did it.
Yes, we did it. We go through the drive-through numerous of times and we'll take care of the bill for people, even though we don't know them. It's always on our heart to give back because we remember what it was like when we didn't have.
Exactly. We remember being in those situations. We know how it is. We understand it you are actually talking to people who understand it from both sides. That's the beauty of our story. We understand it from both sides. It's only 4 black families in our neighborhood. But we speak to everybody. We speak to the Indians, and we speak to the whites, and we speak to the blacks. These people see us, they want to know our story. How did you guys get here? It almost feels, how'd you guys pull it off? And you know what they ask me all the time? Are you military?
All the time.
Are you military?
Everywhere we go.
No, I'm not military. I'm educated. I'm a black man who educated, who figured out the money game. It's about financial literacy.
The numbers.
The numbers. Somebody said these churches need to help out.
They do.
You said it, I did it.
They do.
You said it, I did it.
All that money you put in them collection plates, it gotta go somewhere. It should be
cycling
back. It should be cycling.
It should be cycling back to the community. It should be. But so yeah, that's where we at. That's how we feel. That's just our perspective. We come from both spectrums of the totem pole, so we know how it is living in those poverty, low income housing. Mm-hmm. But we also know how to live living in the middle class housing. So we just want to tell our perspectives. Do not let these people create these narratives on these TV and online to have us bickering against each other. No, let's have a conversation.
Please.
Have the conversation. Pick up your cousin that's in those environments. Yo, cuz, you need any help with anything? Anywhere I can help out? Hit them people up. Help these people, man. You want me to give you a job?
Yeah. You know what? When I see people with those need money signs, I'm going to start handing out applications.
Help these people, man.
Hey, they're hiring here. I am.
But before we end this live, we just ask you guys to continue to show us love, continue to share.
Please, send those questions
yeah, so we're gonna, for the next 4 to 5 minutes, we're gonna take a couple questions before we end this live. We just want to tell you our perspective and how we feel. This is just our opinion. Somebody said, "Cute dog." Thank you. Somebody said the churches do help out. I volunteer, give out food. Way before the shutdown, feed the homeless with the Salvation Army every day at 4. People help. You have to be a part of your community. Yes, that is a good point. There is some churches out there that do help. There are in the community that is giving back. We've seen it. Even our church we go to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we ever needed anything or
I believe they would help.
They will help out. They will help out. Churches will help out. It says you got to go to church to see what they actually do. Yes. Yeah,
and there's people that's speaking on things that they don't know, but there are some churches, like mega churches, there are a few that I do know that aren't doing much of anything. We're just kind of being blind to the fact that people are hungry. And at this point, it's been, 5 days of hunger?
No, it's been more than that. 30 days shutdown. Oh, you talking about since the food stamp?
Yeah, for the snaps.
Yeah. Since November 1st. No, it's coming up. It's coming up on a week soon. Yeah, if nothing happens, it's been 31 days since the shutdown. So, yes.
Go sit down.
Any questions before we let you guys go?
That's it.
I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yes, please this live.
Yeah, this been amazing. This been a dope experience. This is our first live. And we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Our YouTube channel we had it for a while, but taking this route is fairly young, and we appreciate you guys.
I love your channel. Thank you so much. We were really hesitant.
Yes,
really hesitant to tell our story. We were really kind of like, will people care? But I'm happy to see that the people do care. You guys show up, you comment, you respond, you engage, and we appreciate that. Yes. You do.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure you still even go back and rewatch it or send it to a family and friend. We really appreciate you guys. We feel so much love since we started our channel, and we're extremely, extremely thankful. We're going to continue to tell our story. We're going to continue to keep dropping gems, and just stay tuned. Thank you, guys. Peace out.
Bye, guys. This is many blessings. Don't let people shame you for being
many blessings.
Except Section 8. Our people have been traditionally locked up opportunities.